Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be testing, trying, and reviewing, and also doing a wear test with the Covergirl new Clean Fresh line. I got a PR package the other day, and I have been wanting to try this as soon as I saw it on Instagram, and then I also saw it in Walmart. I actually bought this myself for a review, and I hadn't got around to reviewing it yet, and then they sent me this PR package, and there is more in the line that they sent me that I didn't buy, so I'm excited about this because it means I can try the entire line. Let me show you. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this apart really quick. Look how fun this is. Okay, so the Clean Fresh line, right now it has the new Clean Fresh Skin Milk Nourishing Foundation. That sounds amazing to me. The packaging is so much fun. It's a really beautiful pink color. This comes in 14 shades. I will put the lightest and the darkest shade next to each other to kind of show you guys the range right now. So this is the lightest shade called Porcelain, and then this is the deepest shade called Dark. I'm going to go into depth into each of these as I use them. But they also have the Clean Fresh tinted lip oils. There's a few shades in this. They launched cream blushes, which I'm super excited about. And also they have, let's see what these are called. There's the Clean Fresh, what is this? Cooling Glow Stick. And there are 4 shades in this. So we're just gonna kind of try all of these products. I'm gonna do a little bit of a wear test, and I'll just see how I feel at the end of the day about all these products. I feel like there are so many really fun new launches, especially at the drugstore right now. And it makes me really excited because you guys know how much I love drugstore makeup. So let's see here. I'm thinking I might be Fair or Fair Light. I might try Fair Light. I just did my skincare. I'm not going to go into primer or anything. I just want to see how this wears on its own. I'm interested to see the level of coverage it has as well. Okay, so this retails for $9.99. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. It's just a squeezy tube, which is nice and travel friendly. This is vegan and cruelty free. It's formulated without formaldehyde, phthalates, parabens, sulfates, and talc. I'm reading like the little PR thing. By the way, this video is not sponsored, just in case you're wondering. They didn't ask me to make this, but I just want to kind of give you guys all the information that I have. It says this lightweight, nourishing liquid foundation gives your skin the moisture boost it craves with a delicate infusion of coconut milk and soothing aloe. Ooh, that sounds nice. I'm just gonna start dipping my sponge into this while I read it. I'm gonna do half my face with the sponge, and just to see the difference in coverage. So it says you'll experience a glowing, dewy finish that lasts all day long, blurring imperfections and creating a more even skin tone. And then at the end it says, pro tip, make Skin Milk Nourishing Foundation your go-to for no makeup days. Okay, so this seems like it's a foundation that they are marketing for no makeup days. It's supposed to have really good ingredients. It's supposed to hydrate and nourish. So that sounds good to me, you know? I feel like for an everyday foundation, those are the things that I personally look for. So I'm just layering this up on the face. It's providing way more coverage than I thought it would initially. I don't know, sometimes with these everyday no makeup type products, there's not that much coverage, but this is called an actual foundation, so there is a bit more coverage than like a tinted moisturizer, in my opinion. I'm just gonna blend that down the neck. I feel like this shade works really well for me. Like it blends into my skin tone and just evened everything out and kind of brightened it. And I feel like it also matches my neck really well too. I'm gonna try to take a bit of that and just see if I can build up coverage over the areas where I feel like I need it, which is along the jawline and on the cheeks for me. I feel like it is allowing me to build up nicely. So I have about this much left on my hand. I put quite a bit on, so for half my face, I did use quite a bit just to achieve the coverage that I wanted. If you didn't need as much coverage, you probably wouldn't need to use as much, obviously. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes with blemishes and discoloration. So let me step back really quickly. Here's the side with the foundation, and here is the side without, so you can kind of get a good idea of how much coverage it offers. I'm gonna go ahead and actually apply the other side with my Tati Beauty Blendiful. I'm just curious to see the difference in finish and coverage if I use a different type of beauty tool. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this with the Blendiful on the other half of the face. One thing that I already like about it is there's not sunscreen in it, which you guys know I'm a sunscreen freak, but sometimes in like my complexion products, I don't really want them to put sunscreen in, especially not chemical sunscreen, because that tends to irritate my skin. So I really like how there's not sunscreen, so that way I can just layer it on top of my own personal favorite sunscreens underneath and not worry about it irritating my skin. Okay, so after applying it to both sides of the face, I feel like on camera, it looks really nice. Something's not blended on this half, hold on. Okay, on camera it looks really nice and even, and from far away it really clearly evened out my skin tone. It didn't offer crazy amounts of coverage, especially over like blemish areas, which I'm fine with. I can always spot conceal, it's not a big deal. Looking up close right now, things look fresh. I feel like there are some areas where I see the makeup. I don't know if it's a combo of like the skincare I put on underneath or what, but in some areas it looks like it's almost sitting on top of my skin, but not from far away. I don't know. Maybe I used too much? I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna see if I can kind of press it in a little bit more on the areas where I feel like it's pretty obvious. Okay, I'm wondering if I'm seeing like a sheen in the foundation. I wonder if there's some sort of luminosity. I feel like there might be like a very slight pearl finish to this foundation. I can't tell. I feel like that might be what's giving it the dewy effect, or maybe it just is dewy. I don't know. I'm just trying to kind of think out loud here. Let's go ahead and apply concealer. I'm going to take the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer in the shade, what is this? Natural Ivory. I'm going to use that shade for under the eyes. And then I'm going to take a darker shade. This is Classic Ivory. And I'm doing one side of the face at a time, just because this concealer dries down pretty fast. So I'm going to go ahead and blend out the blemish concealer first. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend out the under eye concealer as well. And I put some on this inner corner here just to kind of cancel out any darkness or discoloration on my eyelid as well. Okay, that definitely helped things look more flawless just by spot concealing. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing on this eye and then with the darker color on the blemishes. And I'm going to blend that out with my Blendiful. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and warm up the complexion. I'm wanting to use the Flower Beauty Heat Wave bronzers. I always like mixing these two shades. So I'm going to take the shade Sunrise L1 first. I'm just going to take that and kind of start to sculpt out the complexion. I'm going to use more pressing motions since I'm not setting the entire sides of the face. So I'm just going to kind of like press it into the skin instead of like swiping so that we don't lose any of the coverage. I'm just going to take that bronzer down the neck a little bit, and then I'm going to take the deeper shade. Ooh, I almost dropped it. This is Sunswept M1. I'm just going to add that really lightly along the forehead, under the cheeks as well, under the lip a little bit, and a bit across the nose just to look a little bit more healthy. And then I'm going to go back in with my sponge on this side to blend everything out. And then I'm going to do the same with the Blendiful on this side. I'm just really wanting to see the difference in finish. Like, I'm wondering if it will look any more matte using the Blendiful. So that's why I'm wanting to kind of compare the two sides. Right now they look very similar. Okay, next we are going to try the Clean Fresh Cream Blush. This is apparently limited edition, so I'm not sure how long it will be around. It comes in 4 versatile colors, it says, which I'll show you. Here are the 4 options. I personally feel like I would reach for these 2 more than these 2, but sometimes cream blushes are really fun to mix as well and kind of create a custom color. So this one says it hydrates and plumps cheeks for a fresh, dewy glow. Available in 4 shades, so you can choose a natural blush shade for day and then show off a more adventurous evening look with a bold dash of color. It says at the bottom, pro tip, try dabbing blush onto eyelids for an all-over flush of color. And this retails for $8.99. So I'm going to try using this blush on the eyes as well, since that was a pro tip, you know. This is also vegan. It's formulated without talc, parabens, formaldehyde, phthalates, mineral oils, sulfates, and fragrance. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That doesn't have fragrance either. Because I feel like I'm finding out more and more that I am sensitive to fragrances and products. Isn't it overwhelming sometimes to think about like all the ingredients and all the products and like how do you know which one's breaking you out and what exactly is in it that's breaking you out? Do you know what I mean? So anyway, it's just kind of nice that there's already some of those suspicious things out of these blushes, which is really great. Okay, so let's go ahead and swatch all 4, starting off with the shade 370 Butterflies. So here it is on my hand. I'm just going to blend it out a little bit. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. This has a bit of a pearl to it as well, so they're not completely matte. At least this one isn't. I'm just blending it out a bit so we can kind of get a good idea of the general color it might give. Okay, then we have number 330, Sweet Innocence, which I'll swatch right next to the first shade so we can kind of compare. So this one is Sweet Innocence. This is hard to do just looking at the monitor. Okay, so here's that one. Do you see the reflectiveness? It's like almost metallic, which is really interesting. We'll see if it emphasizes texture or not. That would be my only worry with something like that, but I guess we'll try it on the face in a second. So there's the second shade. The third shade we have is number 350. It's in the shade Flushed. This one looks like a really pretty coral color. So there it is swatched, and then I'm gonna blend it. So yeah, this is definitely more of like a melon coral color. And same thing, it has a bit of that sheen. Can you see that on camera? Hopefully you can. And then we have one last shade. I kind of didn't leave much room on my hand for this last one, but we'll figure it out. This is in the shade 390 and it's called Ripe and Ready. I'm gonna swatch it on the side of my hand. Here it is right here. I ran out of space, sorry. So let's go ahead and blend this one out. This one's more of like a plum grape kind of a color. I'm just blending it out really quick so you guys can kind of see that color as well. That one looks a little bit patchier on my hand versus some of those, but you know, swatches versus applying to the skin can result in different things. So I'm just gonna wipe this off my hand really quick. Okay, I feel like I actually want to try this pink shade right here. I don't know. I was just kind of looking at the swatches and I feel like I might like this on my eyes and my cheeks. So I'm gonna start off with just a little bit on the back of my hand and I'm gonna try to make sure there's not too much product on the sponge. Let's go ahead and smile and just dab this onto the apples of the cheeks. Okay, I feel like it is really buildable. So I'm just layering that up until I get the pigmentation that I want. Okay, I feel like it kind of dried quickly, so I'm going to put a little bit more on. I'm just going to blend that out even more. Okay, wow, that was a lot more. I'm going to flip my sponge over and just kind of blend the edges of that. And then I'm just going to take that same shade with my Blendiful. I don't know if I've ever tried the Blendiful with a cream blush before, so this will be fun. And same thing, I'm just going to layer that up on the cheeks. Okay, after I have kind of equaled out the pigmentation on both cheeks, I'm just going to take the other side of the Blendiful and just kind of press that into the skin a little more and kind of blend it around the edges. I'm actually going to take a little bit of the foundation left on this and kind of soften this cheek over here because I went a little ham with the pigmentation. Okay, so next up I'm going to pat out the excess concealer on the eyelids and we are going to go ahead and use that exact same shade as eyeshadow. So I'm going to take another dollop. I'm going to just go ahead and take that off the back of my hand on an eyeshadow brush and I'm just going to apply this all over the eyelid. And I'm going to work quickly because I did notice that it dries down pretty fast. So I'm just going to blend this out on the eyelid and I'm going to get a bit more for the other eye and just do the same thing. I'm just going to take what's left on the brush and run the excess underneath the lower lash line to kind of add a bit of that same color underneath. It actually seems to be blending out nicely as an eyeshadow. My only concern is whether it will crease or not throughout the day, so we will have to figure that out as we wear it. All right, now I'm going to apply mascara. I'm going to take the CoverGirl Lash Blast Amplify Primer first. I'm going to do a light coat of that on the lashes. And then I'm going to take the CoverGirl Clump Crusher Mascara. It's in a green tube, and I'm going to apply that on the top and bottom lashes, right over top of the primer. Okay, now that mascara is on, we're going to go ahead and fill in the brows. I'm going to use my CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in the shade Honey Brown. Brows make such a difference, don't they? I feel like I was feeling like something was off until I put my brows on. Then it's like, aha, there I am. Okay, next I'm going to try the CoverGirl Limited Edition Clean Fresh Cooling Glow Stick. So this is a highlighter. I'm kind of wanting to try these two shades. It comes in 4 shades though. It comes in Pink Thrill, So Guilty, Opal Dreams, which I'm wanting to try, and then also this one 300 is just transparent. Let me open Opal Dreams and see if this is the one I would want to use. So this also retails for $8.99 and it says you can basically use it anywhere on the cheeks, eyes, whatever. So I'm just going to go ahead and swatch this just to see if it would work on my skin tone. Okay, I do think that would work. It does have a little bit of a purpley iridescence to it. I'm curious to see what transparent looks like. I wonder if it's just like a balm or if there's a bit of shimmer to it. Okay, yeah, transparent is literally a transparent balm. That smells really good. So this one does seem like it has fragrance in it, but it smells really nice. Okay, I'm gonna take the, what shade is this again? Opal Dreams. And I'm gonna take it on my sponge. This is how I normally apply cream highlighter like this. I'm gonna get a good amount on the sponge first, and then I'm just gonna press that onto the high points of the face. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. It's really pretty. It definitely has that lavender shift to it, but I'm kind of into it. I'm just going to use the sponge on the other side of my face as well. Just press that into the high points of the face. And then I'm going to take the transparent shade and I'm going to use that down the center of the face just to add a bit of a glow there. I'm also going to take a bit and just apply it in the inner corners of the eyes. I definitely do feel that it's cooling on the skin, which is kind of nice. Okay, I'm just going to wipe away any foundation or concealer that got on the lips. And this is where we will try out the Clean Fresh Tinted Lip Oil. These also retail for $8.99. This product specifically is available exclusively at CVS, it says. It's supposed to have good for you ingredients like coconut, pomegranate, vitamin E, and it's supposed to keep your lips soft, smooth, and conditioned for up to 6 hours. It's available in 6 bold, beautiful shades, and so this is what we're gonna try out. Ooh, they have a transparent one. I wanna try this. I'm gonna try the transparent one first. And this one is just called Juiced. Okay, there's the transparent one. It's very lightweight and it's not too glossy, but it just makes your lips look nice and fresh. I'm trying to choose between these two. I'm almost feeling like this one, which is called Quench, might be a good shade for the blush and eyeshadow look we did. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a bit of this onto the lips. Okay, that feels really nice as well. And you can see that it does give a nice soft hint of color, but not too much. Almost like a stain and a balm and a gloss mixed together. It's not sticky either, which is really nice. Okay, we're going to step back and assess the situation. I'm just gonna use my sponge to press out any creases under the eyes. And I'm actually gonna take a bit of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent powder, and I'm gonna take a bit of this just for my T-zone. So I'm just gonna take a bit of powder around the smile lines, on the chin, the tip of the nose, and the sides of the nose, and also the center of the forehead. All right, now I'm gonna take the brush that we used to apply the blush on the eyes, and I'm just going to pat out the creases. I am already seeing it creasing pretty badly, so we'll have to see how that lasts on my eyes. I'm just gonna take whatever's left on the bronzer brush and just kind of sweep that across the forehead again, a little bit on the cheeks, and then I'm gonna set the brows with the NYX Control Freak Brow Gel. So now that the makeup look is complete, we're just going to do a wear test, but I wanted to kind of give you guys a good look at how everything looks. I feel like everything does look nice and healthy and fresh. It's not over the top. It's very healthy and fresh. Clean fresh, I guess, just like the entire line. So I did powder the T-zone, as you saw. I left the sides of the face unpowdered to see how the foundation would wear if you didn't powder it versus powdering it. I do get more oily in the T-zone, however, so we will see how that wears as well throughout the day. So let's go ahead and do our wear test. It is currently almost 1:45 in the afternoon. I'm going to wear this for as long as possible. I'll be doing some check-ins throughout the day, but here is what everything looks like. One thing I also want to point out is it feels really lightweight on the skin. Like it just feels like I did my skincare and maybe I had a lip balm on, but the makeup doesn't feel heavy at all, which is really nice. So yeah, let's go ahead and start our wear test. I will see you guys in my first check-in. Okay, so as usual, my first check-in I try to do in natural light, so you can get a good idea of what things look like standing by the window in my beauty room. Again, this is right after filming, so things are freshly applied. It looks really nice. It looks very natural, but I like the monochromatic pink eye and cheek situation going on. I'm so interested to see how this wears throughout the day. So, okay, but I'm really excited to see how this wears, and let's just keep doing a wear test throughout the day, and I will keep checking in and letting you guys know my thoughts on all these products. But I do feel very fresh and very springtime with the look, and also my floral sweatshirt and my purple nails, even though it's in the middle of winter and it is like snowing outside. But anyway, I will see you guys in my next check-in to see how things are holding up. All right, so it's currently 4 o'clock, so that means I've been wearing this for only 2 hours. So things still look pretty good. We are, hi Tylen.
Hi.
We are currently picking up our groceries at Walmart. But everything looks really good. Unfortunately, I think I have another cold coming on. I'm not sure. Maybe it's allergies. So that is kind of frustrating when you're trying to do a foundation test.
So ignore that part.
Yeah, we'll just not judge around my nose area because I've been like blowing my nose all day. Anyway, things are looking really good. I feel like my skin looks really fresh. I feel like it's still not heavy. Nothing's breaking up yet. Again, it's only been 2 hours, but that's where I'm at right now. So I'll see you guys in a little bit for my next check-in to see where everything is. But I feel like it looks pretty good. All right, guys. Hi, I'm back in the studio. It is currently 12:11 a.m., which means I've been wearing this for, oh my gosh, over 10 hours? I feel like this is the longest wear test I've done in a long time. Okay, for a 10-hour wear, let's take a look at everything. I will say, you guys, I had to touch up the sides of my nose because for some reason, I don't know why this happens to me, but I feel like during foundation reviews, my nose likes to run. And that's what happened today. So I wiped off the entire edges of my nose today. So I did touch that up again, but let's look at the rest of the face. Okay, so I'm noticing a little bit of separation in the smile lines, pretty significantly. That always happens with foundation though. Everywhere else though, things seem to be looking pretty decent for a 10-hour wear. I do feel like now would be the point where I would definitely need to refresh, touch up, or like wash off my makeup if it was the end of the night. I mean, it is the end of the night today, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, if I were to wear it for an entire day, I feel like I wouldn't wear it past this without doing something or fixing it. But it actually looks better than I anticipated. I really actually did like the highlighter quite a bit. I will say the eyelids expired a long time ago. Cream products on my eyelids just don't work for me usually because my eyes are pretty hooded, and so it creases very badly in that deep crease. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like trying to relax my eyes so you can see how much of a crease I have. So it did not last. I probably would not do that again. However, the blush stayed on my cheeks all day long. So I really did like the longevity. I feel like I might have cream blushes that I like a little bit better. I feel like I might reach for other ones more than this, but that's not to say that this wasn't good or long wearing. But it did have a little bit more of a shininess to it, which I feel like I would probably reach for more of a matte cream finish when it comes to blushes personally. I feel like my lips are so dry. I actually should have been reapplying this all day long. I didn't. I kind of forgot. I'm going to apply the transparent again. I felt like this actually wore off pretty quickly, but I did feel like my lips felt hydrated for a while afterward, even though there wasn't like much shine to them. But like I said before, I didn't reapply or anything, so I need to keep playing with these, but they are nice. I just feel like I've tried so much makeup and I have so much makeup at this point where it's like, I don't know if this is something that I would say absolutely run out and grab. I feel like I usually know when a lip product especially is worth running out and buying. Like the Milani lip glosses that I've been talking about recently are so incredible, and that's something where it's like, absolutely yes. This is something that feels really nice on the lips. I feel like a lot of people would like them because they are kind of lightweight and they would be good for those no makeup days, but for me personally, I don't know if I'm like crazy about them yet. So basically, in a nutshell, I really do feel like I will continue to use the Covergirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk, especially if it doesn't break me out. I'm going to keep an eye on my skin for the next couple of days and see if my skin reacts well to it, because if that's the case, I feel like it could be a really nice go-to fresh looking foundation. Plus, I like the packaging and everything like that. So I do feel like I'll get a lot of use out of this. I actually feel like I will reach for this cream highlighter quite a bit as well. I don't know what it was about this one specifically. I like the lavender tint to it, and I feel like it's something that I will remember. So I really did like those two products out of the 4 that I tried today. The blush and the lip color I feel like I would recommend depending on the person, but for me personally, again, I feel like I have other cream blushes that I might reach for more often, and also other tinted lip products that I feel like I would reach for more than these ones. But again, that's not to say that they aren't good products. Obviously, when it comes to makeup, it is so personal and it's up to you to make that decision. I'm just sharing what I personally resonated with most, and it was these two products here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried this foundation or not. I would love to know if you guys liked it, and I would love to know if it wore as well on you as it wore on me. I was not expecting it to stay on my face as long as it did, especially since I didn't set the sides of the face. It really had a long wearing time, which I was impressed by since it is marketed to be more of a no makeup type of a product. Usually those products don't last very long on my skin, so that's what I was expecting. So I was pleasantly surprised. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it helpful if you've been interested in checking out this line. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. That's it from me today. I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!